Hello and good afternoon, and a very warm welcome from Captain Tappers on this Monday afternoon flight from Inverness to Aberdeen. It's just gone 2:50 and our departure time is 3 p.m, so we've got 10 minutes to get this plane all set for takeoff and be on our way. So without further ado, it's time to go inside the cockpit and to get the before start checklist, which literally I'm going to have a quick look around. Looks okay. Right, so external power on and batteries on and internal power on, avionics also on. Switch off the alarms. We now need to switch on the GPS, which I have done. Order feather set, and first thing we need to do is check the weather here at Inverness. So that's what we need to tune to 122.0, which I am slowly getting the hang of by doing it this way. So that's 122.
Echo, Golf, Papa, Echo, airport information, Papa, 1420, Zulu, weather, wind, 123, at 12, visibility, 10, sky condition, few clouds at 2,500, temperature, 7, 2.2, QNH, 1031, advise on initial contact, you have information, Papa, Echo, Golf, Papa, Echo, airport information.
So, few clouds at 2,500 and wind 12 knots. As you can see, a 66 nautical mile, short hop, 30-minute flying time from Inverness to Aberdeen. So we hopefully will get up to cruise altitude, and then it will be a case of back down again. Passengers are now entering the aircraft. 19 of them have still decided to carry on with the 18-leg tour, I am glad to say. Nobody has dropped out. So we now need to sort out the taxi lights and also the nav recognition and the tail light. Won't put the seatbelt sign on just yet, as passengers are just boarding now, and I'm happy to say that from now on we will be having a flight attendant on board. So what I need to do now is request permission from Inverness Tower.
Inverness Tower, Skyways 1212, ready to copy IFR clearance to Aberdeen. Skyways 1212 is cleared to Aberdeen Airport as filed. Fly runway heading, climb and maintain altitude.
So we will be flying at 9,000 feet today, which we will get to that altitude, I think, hopefully. So we now just need to acknowledge.
Skyways 1212, cleared to Aberdeen Airport as filed. Fly runway heading, climb and maintain altitude 9,000. Departure on 119.35, squawk 0226. Skyways 1212, correct. Contact ground on
Okay, so they're happy for me to do that, which is good. Okay, so it's all looking good so far. I just need to clear that and we'll have a look. There is no traffic around us either, so we should be hopefully away for a quick, easy getaway. Right, okay, I think hopefully the passengers are on board.
Captain, the cabin is secure. All passengers are aboard.
Thank you very much. So passengers are all set.
Request taxi IFR.
Seatbelt sign can now go on.
Holding point for runway 5. Using taxiway. Contact tower on 122.6 when ready.
So we're going to be taking off from runway 5.
Taxiing, hold short, runway 5 via taxiway.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Chelsey and I'm your chief flight attendant. On behalf of Captain Tappers and myself, welcome aboard. Our flight time will be of around 30 minutes.
So that's our lovely flight attendant, Chelsey, who is going to be looking after the crew, myself, and also the passengers today. But as I said, there will be no beverage service today. We just won't have time. So we can now start engine 1. Engine 1 has started, that is good. Happy with that, and we can now start engine 2. Engine 2 has started. We'll just wait for that to settle down as well. I'm really hoping for a smooth flight today. I've had a meeting with the passengers about the amount of drinking that they're doing and the amount of time that these legs are taking, and we have come to an agreement. Part of that was down to they wanted a flight attendant, which I've agreed to, and that's been sorted out, and they've assured me now that they won't be spending more than 2 weeks at each destination, which means of course you'll be able to join me for at least 2 flights a month. And they have assured me they're going to stick to this. So we've got a couple of minutes, so let's do the service and control check. Up, down, rudder, left, right. That's good. I'm happy with that.
Now we request your full attention as the flight attendants demonstrate the safety features of this aircraft. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to direct your attention towards the television monitors. We will be showing our safety demonstration and would like the next few minutes of your complete attention. When the seatbelt sign illuminates, you must fasten your seatbelt. Insert the metal fittings one into the other and tighten by pulling on the loose end of the strap. To release your seatbelt, lift the upper portion of the buckle. We suggest that you keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the flight, as we may experience turbulence. There are several emergency exits on this aircraft located here and here. If we need to evacuate the aircraft, floor level lighting will guide you towards the exits. The door can be opened by moving the handle in the direction of the arrow. The door is equipped with an inflatable slide which may also be detached and used as a life raft. Oxygen and the air pressure are always being monitored. In the event of the decompression, an oxygen mask will automatically appear in front of you. To start the flow of oxygen, pull the mask towards you. Place it firmly over your nose and mouth. Secure the elastic band behind your head and breathe normally. Although the bag does not inflate, oxygen is flowing to the mask. If you are travelling with a child or someone who requires assistance, secure your mask on first and then assist the other person. Keep your mask on until a uniformed crew member advises you to remove it. In the event of an emergency, please assume the bracing position. Lean forward with your hands on top of your head and your elbows against your thighs. Ensure your feet are flat on the floor. A life vest is located in a pouch under your seat or between the armrests. When instructed to do so, open the plastic pouch and remove the vest. Slip it over your head, pass the straps around your waist and adjust at the front. To inflate the vest, pull firmly on the red cords, only when leaving the aircraft. If you need to refill the vest, blow into the mouthpieces. Use the whistle and light to attract attention. Also, your seat bottom cushion can be used as a flotation device. Please pull the cushion from your seat, slip into your arms into the straps and hug the cushion to your chest. At this time, your portable electronic devices must be set to airplane mode until an announcement is made by the captain. We remind you that this is a non-smoking flight. Tampering with, disabling or destroying the smoke detectors located in the lavatories is prohibited by law. You will find this and all the other safety information in the card located in the seat pocket in front of you. We strongly suggest you read it before takeoff. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. We wish you all an enjoyable flight.
Okay, so what we now need to do is just turn off the taxi lights and put on the landing lights and ask for permission to take off from the tower.
Inverness Tower, Skyways 1212 at runway 5, ready for departure, IFR to Aberdeen. Skyways 1212.
Okay, set the autopilot for 9,000.
Service wind 125 at 12.
And acknowledge.
Takeoff, runway 5, Skyways 1212.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has advised that we are now cleared for takeoff.
Okay, and let's go. And what we will do today, we will have takeoff from passenger view. One of the passengers has requested that we do this today, so I'm more than happy to oblige. So sit back and enjoy the ride, and also hopefully enjoy the view. Let's hope that it's a nice smooth takeoff. No horrible crosswinds like the last flight. Well, being blown about just a little bit, but so far so good.
Skyways 1212, contact Los Angeles departure on 119.35.
Okay, and I will acknowledge.
Over to 119.35, Skyways 1212, goodbye.
Yep, definitely being blown about a little bit.
Los Angeles departure, Skyways 1212, is climbing through altitude
1,000 feet.
For altitude 900,000. Skyways 1212, Los Angeles departure, roger, altimeter 3045.
And what I'm going to do now is
Skyways
engage the
1212,
autopilot.
turn right heading 110, resume on navigation, climb altitude 900,000.
So we're still clear for 9,000 feet. Autopilot is now engaged.
110, proceed on course, climb and maintain altitude 900,000.
So it's for 9,000 again. I think it set itself earlier. Going through those clouds, they said were, was it 2,500 feet, I think they said, didn't they? Right, that is now set to 9,000. So that is set. Speed's good. Yep, and we're definitely going through those clouds now. Well, I'm hoping that the weather is going to be decent and the passengers will get some nice views out of the windows. That's not too bad at the moment, but there is a lot of cloud here, as you can see, as we say goodbye to Inverness on our way to Aberdeen. Approaching 3,000 feet now. It's a shame it's not a clear day, but we've had a lot of bad weather here recently, so I'm hoping that we get lucky. Hate to have to turn around now because of bad weather. It was pretty hit and miss with the last flight, and I've decided if I'm not sure now, I will turn back or go around rather than try and make the wrong decision. I'm going to soon be looking to reducing engine power.
1212, contact Luther's approach on 123.3.
123.3, and I will acknowledge.
Into 123.3, Skyways 1212.
Passing 4,000 feet now. Through more clouds, as you can see.
Approach, Skyways 1212 is climbing through 4,100 for altitude 900,000. Skyways 1212, Luther's approach, roger, altimeter 3046.
And I'd just like to say a very warm welcome to my new subscribers as well as my regulars. It's great to have you on board, and I hope you enjoy the flight and Send me a like, and if you've got any comments, I'd love to hear them from you.
Turn left heading 110. Expect vectors ILS. Runway 16.
Well, that was
Roger.
fast. They're already giving me the
Skyway
vectors for the ILS
1212.
approach, and we still haven't even hit cruising altitude yet. That was kind of fast. So we'll be landing on runway 16. You may have noticed that hopefully the sound quality, the microphone is a bit better because I'm now using a new microphone, a snowball mic, rather than the old USB headset. So hopefully this sounds a little bit clearer now. Still trying to get used to getting setting the volume levels right for all of these things. It is a little bit of trial and error, but I'm hoping that the sound is fine. So what we need to do now is check the frequency for the ILS approach at Aberdeen. So we click that, and it's ILS 16 is 109.900 megahertz. So select back to trip, and we'll set that back now. Clear the message, and now we can tune the radio to 109.900. Every time I fly this aircraft, I learn a little bit more, and it's good fun. It is good fun. It's definitely one of my favourite aircraft. Nav 1 is now active, so when we're in range, it will let me know. So I just want to double check. Yep, it's according to this, yeah, 109,900, but according to that, it was about 14 minutes and we will be at our destination. I think this is probably the shortest flight on the 18-leg journey, at just 30 minutes, so most of them will be around about an hour, and I will of course cut out some of the boring bits. It's pretty nice scenery down there. Shame about the clouds, but the passengers will be happy. 1,000 feet to go. Yeah, it looks kind of nice. Snow, of course, on the high ground. And what I will do in a few moments, we'll leave you with our cruising altitude music that I normally do. Fancy a cup of coffee, but as I say, not going to get time, because pretty soon it's going to be time to start descending. So enjoy the cruise. And welcome back. So as you can see, we're already on our descent now, passing 1,000 feet. So we weren't at our cruising altitude for very long.
Echo, Golf, Papa, Delta, airport information, Romeo 1550, Zulu, weather, wind 132 at 10, visibility 10, sky condition, ceiling 1300, overcast, temperature 5, dew point 2, QNH 1033, advise on initial contact, you have information, Romeo.
So that's not particularly very good. Overcast conditions and not great visibility. So I'm wondering if I'm going to be landing into the pea soup. I suppose it will give me a test of my instrument flying skills. Not really what I wanted.
Skyways 1212. Contact Aberdeen approach on 119.0.
Okay, it's time to contact Aberdeen approach, so I'm going to do that now.
Contact Aberdeen approach on 119.05. Skyways 1212. Thanks for the help. Bye. Aberdeen approach.
So 6,400 and
leaving 6,400.
not too long now. Clouds are building up, as you can see.
Skyways 1212. Aberdeen approach. Roger. Altimeter 3050.
Set the altimeter to 3050. And we're being buffeted around just a little bit. It's been pretty smooth so far on this flight. So I'm hoping you're enjoying being on board today. It has been a little while, and as I said earlier, I hope now to be making these videos a bit more regularly. I want to do 2 flights a month, which I think is doable really. I know I've been a bit lax in getting these videos out. Okay, we're now in range, so we can now turn off the nav. But I do really appreciate all the comments and the likes that you guys give me. It's great having you on board, and I'm really happy that you take the time to watch these videos and comment on them. I definitely don't get things right all the time, but that is part of the fun, and hopefully I will carry on learning. Well, as you can see now, we're definitely heading towards these clouds. I don't think it said it was going to rain, but the visibility isn't great, and
Flight 587. Contact Scottish.
that does worry me slightly. I don't think we've done an approach with really bad visibility. But I always use real weather, so that's part of the fun. Yep,
Skyways 1212. Turn left heading 105.
okay, so we need to turn left.
Turn left heading 105. Skyways 1212. Skyways 1212. Turn left heading 075.
075 now. So it's swinging this out slightly more than the flight plan that I'd logged. Now at 3,000 feet, and as you can see, well, you can't. Weather is pretty horrid. It's grey, it's cloudy, and I can't see anything. We're 3,000 feet, and well, that's good. Visibility is improving. We're past the snow-covered hills, and now to green grass. There's a few clouds in the far distance, but I'm happy with that. If the visibility stays like this, then I definitely will be happy. But the airport is now over to our right, and the clouds are building up again, as you can see, and there are quite a few clouds over on the right hand side. Oh, and here we go again, through the clouds.
Skyways 1212, you are 20 miles northwest, turn right, heading 140, descend 2,500, cleared. ILS, runway 16, approach.
Right, so we're 20 miles away, and we now need to turn right to 140,
Tower on 118.1.
descending to 2,500 feet.
Turn right, heading
So
140,
it's approach phase
descend
soon.
and maintain 2,500, cleared. ILS, runway 16.
And they said the visibility was bad, and they weren't far wrong there, were they?
Tower on 118.1, Skyways 1212.
As you can see, there is nothing to see. Good job this isn't a sightseeing flight, passengers would not be happy. So we're beginning to line up on the airport. The airport must be 15-16 miles away now, and not the best. Well, certainly wouldn't be a visual landing anyway. Not with these sort of conditions now. It's not looking that great. So at 2,500 feet. According to this, we will be landing in 8 to 10 minutes if we're going to be on time. Should be hopefully landing about 3:30. Okay, we are now at 2,500 feet, and I'm just waiting now for the green dot to start moving, so then I know that I'm lining up with the ILS, and then we can hit approach and let the autopilot do its work, at least to line us up with the runway. Passengers are very quiet. They're probably wondering what sort of landing we're going to have, and I must admit, so am I now, because this misty, foggy clouds, I suppose you can call them, isn't lifting. I think it said 1,300, so I'm hoping that we will come out of it, but we're going to probably be pretty close to the airport when we do. Maybe 5 or 6 miles, which doesn't give me a lot of time if I'm too high or too low or something goes wrong, and that's never a good sign. Doing these commentaries when you're wondering what is going to happen, it's all part of the fun. And I'm just wondering, when am I going to see anything? This is kind of crazy. What do you talk about when there's nothing to see out of the window? I suppose what I can do is tell you a little bit about Aberdeen, our destination. The Aberdeen airport was opened in 1934, and it's situated 5.8 miles northwest of Aberdeen Centre. A total of nearly 3.5 million passengers used the airport in 2015. It's a base for BMI Regional, Eastern Airways and Flybe. Other carriers include BA, EasyJet, KLM, Ryanair and Lufthansa. The airport has one main passenger terminal, serving scheduled and charter holiday flights. Aberdeen itself is the third most populous city of Scotland, and passengers have assured me they will be staying for 2 weeks to sample local bars and culture, and then it's definitely on to our next destination. I have said to them if they're not ready, I'm going to go home, and it will be me and the flight attendant. So we will wait and see how many passengers are on the next leg. As you can see, there's a Flybe just on the right hand side of us. I think. Just checking all the lights. Yep, that's fine. They should be set to flight mode, I think. And still no airport in sight. Okay. Now I'm beginning to get very worried. But hey, it would be boring if it flew in clear weather all the time. We're now on the approach, and we're dropping now, and we're beginning to see visibility is beginning to improve just a little bit. Well, it was. Now at 2,000 feet, so I think it said 1,200. There was a cloud until, so I am expecting this to improve. The famous last words. I've no intention of asking Chelsey to advise the passengers of brace position. That wouldn't be good.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now about to land. Please remain seated until the seatbelt sign has been turned off.
Well, there is the airport, and that was pretty close. And I'm glad we're under the cloud base now. And we're not too high, so I'm pretty happy with that. But I've just realised something that I've forgotten to do. I don't think I've contacted Tower. No, I haven't. Right.
Aberdeen Tower, Skyways 1212 is 3 miles north. Inbound
We're only 3 miles out, and
runway
we haven't got permission to land.
approach.
Whoops.
Skyways 1212, Aberdeen.
500.
Continue approach, runway 16.
Oh dear. Is it go around or not? Phew. We can land. That's good. Just as well. So acknowledge. Clear to land.
Runway 16.
Approach is relatively smooth. I'm now going to turn off the autopilot so we can land. So let's do that now. Autopilot is off. I have control. Coming down a bit too fast, so pull it back on the stick and try and flare. And we're down. That wasn't too bad. Compared with the last landing, that was a textbook landing. Not quite sure the marks out of 10 I'd get for that, but it was pretty good compared with the last one anyway. Wow, okay, that was all sort of happened really, really quickly. Well, obviously the error I made was forgetting to contact the tower until I was literally on top of the airport, so that gets marked down for me. Our saving grace was that there wasn't another aircraft on the runway, otherwise that would have been a case of having to go around, which we would have done. So we are at Aberdeen. Right, I think to get to the terminal we have to taxi all the way down to the end of the runway, and there is another runway on the right hand side there, so I just need to be careful. So at 32 and 14 that there is nothing coming on that side. It doesn't look like it, so that looks pretty good. Let's have a quick look. No, that's okay. Not sure why the pop-up keeps coming up. I think it's expected me to contact ground, but I can't yet until I get to the taxiway. Wow, nerves are still intact, passengers still intact, plane still intact. I've got no excuse really. The more flights I do more regularly, hopefully the better I'm going to get. So I always feel slightly rusty when I start the flight, and then confidence seems to come more as you get into the flight. It's the same with doing the commentary really. So the wind wasn't too bad on approach. In fact, the wind was okay. So now we go down towards the end of the runway, and I think we will then turn right. Yep, just up here, and then we can get off the runway and relax. Passengers can start to get their belongings together. Right, off of the runway we go.
Skyways 1212. Contact ground on 121.7.
Okay, we'll contact ground on 121.7 now.
121.7 for Skyways 1212.
Okay. Acknowledge and contact ground.
Aberdeen ground, Skyways 1212. Request taxi to parking. Skyways
Landing lights
1212.
off,
Taxi to
taxi
parking.
light on,
Taxiing to
and now
parking.
we will taxi to
Skyways
parking.
1212.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Aberdeen. For your safety and comfort, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the captain turns off the fasten seatbelt sign. This will indicate that we have parked at the gate and that it is safe for you to move about. At this time, you may use your cellular phones if you wish. Cellular phones may only be used once the fasten seatbelt sign has been turned off. Please check around your seat for any personal belongings you may have brought on board with you, and please use caution when opening the overhead bins, as heavy articles may have shifted around during the flight. On behalf of Highland Connection and the entire crew, I'd like to thank you for joining us on this trip, and we're looking forward to seeing you on board again in the near future. Have a nice day.
Okay, so we're now going to find somewhere to park. Chelsey has advised the passengers to make sure that they collect all their belongings. I think we'll just taxi up to here and then we will just park on the left hand side. So the passengers will be happy. They got to Aberdeen safely, they got their 2 weeks to explore the city, drink loads of beer, which they will do, no doubt. And I get a 2-week break in Aberdeen. So we'll just swing it round here. All these vehicles here, I'm not sure why, and we will stop just about here, that's good. Parking brake on. And it's now to start turning things off on the aircraft, and we landed, look at that, pretty much on time, 15:31. So engine's now off. I think it was a pretty good flight time. Are you happy with that? Right, so we now can start. We'll put external power back on. Flaps are all up. Turn off the seatbelt sign. The passengers will be itching to get out of the plane, no doubt. So we'll open the door and let them leave the aircraft. Pretty successful flight, I think. Was very short, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. To get my experience back, we now can turn off the GPS, and we need to turn this off as well. So where's that? Okay, that's done. And now we can start turning off the generators and the battery. So avionics is now off. And let's turn off the generators and battery. That is done. I think that's everything.
Captain, all passengers have left the plane.
Thank you, Chelsey. And thank you very much for joining me on this flight. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you again on the next flight. Take care.